With reaction, Texas Senator Ted Cruz. You know, Senator, we both believe in something called peace through strength. If, in fact, the killing did stop, and that will be confirmed by our intelligence community, if, in fact, those executions did not take place as scheduled today, there's only one reason and one reason only that would have happened, and that is they feared Donald Trump, the guy that took out their nuclear weapon sites.
Ted Cruz said if the killing truly stopped, it wasn't diplomacy or goodwill that caused it. It was fear. He argued America's enemies only change behavior when they believe the U.S. president is willing to act. According to Cruz, Donald Trump's record of decisive military action sent a message that hesitation was over, and that message forced hostile regimes to pause.
Sean, that is 100%. That our enemies are terrified of President Trump. And the world is safer when our enemies are scared of the U.S. commander-in-chief. One of the reasons the world got so dangerous under Joe Biden is he was so weak and so incompetent that our enemies didn't fear him. And we went from peace and prosperity, which he inherited from the first Trump term.
Cruz claimed the world became more dangerous under Joe Biden because weakness invites aggression. He said enemies didn't fear American leadership, and chaos followed across the globe. In contrast, he argued that strong leadership restores peace, insisting that prosperity and stability existed under Trump because adversaries knew there were real consequences for crossing
to chaos and war across the globe. And the world is safer when we have a strong president. And I'll tell you, we are living right now in an extraordinary time. We are living in a time that is historic and momentous. We could see in the coming weeks and even the coming days the regime in Iran fall. The Ayatollah and the mullahs removed from power by the Iranian people. Over 1 million of them are rising up. We've already seen Maduro taken out of office, and we could see a free and fair election in Venezuela. And we could also see the communist regime in Cuba fall. All of that could happen in the next 6 months. And I got to tell you, if those three things happen, we are seeing a reordering of global power on the order of magnitude of the Berlin Wall being torn to the ground. And all of that is the direct result of having a president, having a commander-in-chief with strength and the willingness to stand up to our enemies and defend America, and the rest of the world reacts to that.
Well, look at Venezuela as another example of peace through strength working. Okay, Maduro's gone. You have a leftist vice president that is giving in to every demand of President Trump, and Secretary Rubio, I know, has been in contact with this woman.
According to Cruz, the world may be entering a historic moment. He suggested the Iranian regime could fall as millions rise against the Ayatollahs, while Venezuela could see real elections and Cuba could lose its communist grip. Cruz said if these events unfold, history will mark this period as a global power shift on the scale of the Berlin.
50 million barrels of oil they're giving the U.S., number one. They have agreed to only trade with the U.S. They have freed political prisoners. And by the way, breaking news, they freed 4 Americans who were being held hostage. Would that happen, except maybe this interim president doesn't want to be Maduro herself?
Yeah. Look, I think that's certainly right. You know, on Monday, I was down in San Antonio, and I visited with the 3 soldiers who were injured in the raid arresting Maduro. And all 3 of them, young men, proud to serve their country. And I told all 3 of them, you were part of something historic. On behalf of your country, let me say thank you. And the impact in Venezuela is profound. Maduro was a massive drug dealer. He had trafficked thousands of tons of cocaine into the United States. He exported terror. Maduro had also opened his country up to Russia, to China, to Iran, to Hezbollah. And so toppling him, taking him out, arresting him and prosecuting.
Cruz pointed to Venezuela as proof that peace through strength works. He described Maduro as a drug trafficker who opened the country to America's enemies, including Iran and China. Cruz praised U.S. action that led to Maduro's removal, saying it not only helped Venezuelans but sent a clear warning to every anti-American regime in Latin America that the United States will act.
Executing him doesn't just improve Venezuela, it makes America safer, but it also makes every enemy of America in Latin America, whether it is the communists in Cuba or the communists in Nicaragua or the anti-American leftists in Colombia or Brazil or even Mexico. And Brazil and Mexico are a little bit different, but everyone is looking at the President of the United States. You know, Sean, there is not another military on the face of the planet that could execute what President Trump and the military did on January 3rd. And the Ayatollah, one of the reasons they're all looking up, wondering what's coming next. And I got to say to the American people, I want to take a moment to speak to the people of Iran. And to the people of Iran, I want to tell you, America stands with you. President Trump stands with you. And you are fighting to topple a dictator, a theocratic lunatic who regularly leads mobs chanting death to America. And unlike in 2009 when Barack Obama was president and the people of Iran tried to rise up and Obama sided with the regime and against the people, we have a president who is standing on the side of freedom and encouraging the people of Iran. They're showing incredible courage to take out the tyrannical regime, and that would make America much, much safer.
Senator Ted Cruz, thank you for being with us. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
Cruz directly addressed the people of Iran, saying America stands with them. He contrasted Trump's support for freedom with past leadership that he claimed sided with dictators. Cruz said the Iranian people are showing extraordinary courage by rising against tyranny, and he insisted that this time the United States is encouraging their fight rather than abandoning them.